Son of God appears. Rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Oh, come thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. And rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. And rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Yan. Sige na, take it na.
Temptations lose their power when thou art nigh. I need you now. I need you now. All I want is only you. I need you now. I need thee, oh, I need thee. Every hour I need thee. Oh, bless me now, my Savior. I come to thee. I need you now. I need you now. All I want is only you. I need you now. I need you now. I need you now. All I want is only you. I need you now. God, I need you now. All to Jesus I surrender all. To Him I freely give. I will ever love and trust Him in His presence safely live. All to Jesus I surrender all. At His feet is all forsaken. Take me, Jesus, take me now. All I am, all I have, I give it back to you. Every breath, every step, oh, I surrender all to Jesus. I surrender. Make me Savior, wholly thine. Let me feel the Holy Spirit. Truly know that Thou art mine. All I am, all I have, I give it back to you. Every breath, every step, oh, I surrender all. I surrender all. I surrender all to Thee, my blessed Savior. I surrender all I am, all I have, I give it back to you. Every breath, every step, oh, I surrender.
Yan, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning po, ma'am.
Good morning. Screenshot lang ako sa list ng participants for the attendance ha, para hindi masyadong matagalan. Yan. So I'm done. Okay. So I guess we ended here sa absorption of drugs last Wednesday. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. So again, we ended here. Last time, we already started with a discussion about electrolytes. And do not forget, when you say electrolytes, these are substances that when dissolved in water, they will give ionic substances, meaning they will break down into their components na mga ions. And when you say strong electrolytes, they will have complete ionization when dissolved in water, meaning all their components will be ionized, magkakaroon ng charge. Okay, so the examples of our strong electrolytes are our strong acids, strong bases, and our salts. Pag sinabi mo namang weak electrolytes, they will also ionize in water but it's incomplete. Meaning, hindi lahat ng kanilang mga components ay magkakaroon ng ion sa water. Now, this ionization of our electrolytes follow the law of chemical equilibrium. Therefore, when we compute for the constants like acid dissociation constant or base dissociation constant, we will be using the formula for our chemical equilibrium, which is K equals product over reactant. Siyempre, for acid, you will use the Ka, and for base, you will use the Kb. So, any questions about the discussion last time? Wala? Can you hear me or choppy ko? Bakit? Choppy?
Clear, ma'am.
Okay.
Hindi po.
Okay. So, aside from that, do not forget that when you say aqueous solution, your solvent is water. Again, your solvent is water. If it's not water, then we can call it non-aqueous solutions. So, what is the importance in pharmacy sa sa pag-study ng acids and bases, at the same time pH ng ating mga drugs. So, here it is sa absorption ng ating drugs. Na-mention ko last time, most of our drugs are either weak acid or weak base. So, nag-drawing pa ako ng structure ng ating paracetamol. So, class, before ma-absorb yung ating iniinom na drugs, for example, acidic siya na drug, pag ang acid ininom natin, mag-breakdown yan siya into its components. So, for example, you have an acid na HA, pag breakdown niya yan, magiging H plus and A. Please correct this. This is A negative. Wait. This should be A negative. Okay. I-ano ko muna ha. Yan. Sige. Again, acidic drugs, pag mag-breakdown yan sila, it will give H plus and A negative. Now, bakit kailangan malaman to? Class, take note na ang mga drugs natin, maa-absorb lang sila sa body if they are uncharged. So, kailan mangyayari ang absorption? If they are uncharged. Pag charged yan sila, class, most likely, hindi yan sila makakapasok sa mga cell membranes natin. And walang absorption na mangyayari. Pag walang absorption, class, walang effect yung drug. Kasi ganito. For example, most of our drugs are taken orally. So, pag oral yan siya, ang tendency, saan yan siya papunta? Either sa stomach, and we have small intestine. Now, pag nasa small intestine yan siya, kailangan yan siyang mapunta sa blood. And this time, dito siya nagte-take place yung absorption. From the small intestine, kailangan ma-absorb para mapunta siya sa blood. Kasi si blood ang responsible sa pag-distribute. Saan niya i-distribute? Sa iba't ibang parts ng ating body. Kagaya ng, hindi ba kayo na, what do you call that, na curious na pag masakit yung ngipin mo, syempre yung ngipin mo yung masakit. And then, ininom mo yung, anong iniinom niyo for toothache? Most of the time, people would use mefenamic acid. So, iniinom ito siya orally. Tapos, napunta siya sa stomach, sa small intestine. Bakit nawala yung sakit ng ngipin mo? Kasi again, maa-absorb yan siya, mapupunta siya sa blood, and yung blood yung magdi-distribute hanggang merong mga drugs na makaabot doon sa site kung saan ka nakaka-experience ng pain. So, any questions with the journey of our drugs from taking it orally hanggang mapunta siya sa target site? Alin dito yung hindi maintindihan? Again, maa-absorb yung drug ha, and then kailan ma-absorb ang drug? If it is uncharged. So yung mga acids natin, class, kapag iinumin na natin siya, magbe-breakdown kasi siya into charged particles. So itong ito, H plus and A negative, since they have charge, hindi sila ma-absorb kasi hindi sila makakapass through sa ating membranes. We have the cell membrane. So ngayon, yung mga pharmacist and chemist, pag gumagawa sila ng drug, they will see to it na pag ininom yung acidic na drug, hindi muna siya mabe-breakdown unless hindi siya maa-absorb. So, hindi basta-basta na gumawa ka lang ng sarili mong drug and then that's it. Kasi, you have to consider na maa-absorb ba yung drug na ginawa mo. So, again, yung mga pharmacists sa paggawa ng drug, kung ang drug is acidic, imi-make sure yan nila na hindi muna magbe-breakdown si acid. Kasi yung uncharged na acid is yung original acid, itong HA. So again, hindi dapat siya muna mag-breakdown para makapasok siya sa cell membrane. So ganito yung ginagawa nila. Now, paano naman ang mga weak bases natin? Yung weak bases natin na mga drugs, in its original form, meron na siyang charge. So, like this one, kung nakita nyo, BH+. Now, pag pumasok na sa body natin yung ating bases and then na-dissolve na sila, maghihiwalayan siya and then yung kanyang mga products are B na walang charge at H+. Therefore, kapag kayong pharmacist ay gumagawa ng drug, kung weak base yung drug niya, imi-make sure niya ngayon na kailangan maghiwalay yung component ng kanyang base para mahiwalay si B. Kasi si B ay uncharged and ito yung form ng base natin na maa-absorb. So, kaya, it is very important to know if your drug is acidic or basic. So, kailangan natin siyang i-compute yung acid dissociation constant niya, yung base dissociation constant niya, para malaman natin kailan siya mag-ionize and kung gagawin na natin siyang drug, alam natin kung kailan siya maa-absorb. Kasi again, do not forget, pag walang absorption, walang effect. That is also the reason why I don't give surprise quizzes because I always believe na kagaya ng mga drugs natin na kailangan ma-absorb muna before mag-effect, ganun din yung akin. Kailangan muna ma-absorb nyo yung mga pinagsasalita ko dito before siya ma-retain sa utak nyo and before ako mag-quiz. So, ganun lagi yung principle ko when it comes to giving quiz. So, all my quizzes are announced. And again, all my quizzes are announced kasi I have to give time for absorption. Hindi naman kasi nagsasalita ako dito and then everything maalala nyo. So, kaya most of my quizzes are scheduled pagka next week pa. Kaya kailangan absorption. So, ana siya ha. Yung mga biglaang quizzes kasi, I don't really like that idea. Since pag mag-take ka ng quiz, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. Kagaya nito. Class. Excuse me. Ewan ko kung naalala niyo pinagsasabi ko dito. So, sabi mo sa akin, oo, mag-quiz ko pag magpabuyag si Ryan, siya lang mag-quiz. Ana. Kaya samok man siya, ingnan ako siya na pagmata niya mag-quiz ko. Okay. Ito na yung sinabi ko kanina. For a weak base, the uncharged form B is the one that can penetrate the cell membrane. And then yung original form ng ating base ay hindi makaka-penetrate. Hindi yun siya basta-bastang na-absorb. Any questions? Wala? Wala pa tayo computation ha. Wala pa ako nag-discuss computation. So let's discuss the ionization of water. This is specific for water. Now, do not forget, class, that water can be considered as an electrolyte. Okay? Water is an electrolyte. Yung ating water can conduct electricity. Therefore, electrolyte siya automatic. So, lahat ng mga electrolytes natin can conduct electricity, ha? And then, another thing that you have to take note about water, water is an amphoteric substance. Ang ibig sabihin ng amphoteric, class, is ito yung mga substances natin that they can act either as an acid or a base. Kasi meron tayong substances na acid lang talaga sila, like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid. Meron din tayong mga substances na base lang talaga sila, like we have sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Pero meron din tayong substances na pwede din silang mag-act as either acid or base. So we call it amphoteric substance. And the most amphoteric substance that we have is yung ating water. Pwede silang maging acid, pwede din maging base ang water natin. So, kaya meron tayong special discussion on the ionization of water. So, sa pag-ionize ng water, class, it involves the transfer of proton from one molecule to another molecule, and then yung magiging product nila ay hydroxide ion and hydronium ion. So like this one, water plus water. Itong water na to can act as an acid, and then another water here can act as a base. So kaya amphoteric substance siya. And then kapag dalawang molecules ng water ay magre-react, ang products niyan ay ito. Class, do not forget, we call this hydronium ion. Again, we call this hydronium ion, and this one we call it hydroxide ion. Ayan yung mga products kapag mag-ionize yung water natin. Ang pag-ionize ng water natin will also follow the law of chemical equilibrium na Ke is equal to product over reactant. Ayan. So ito, Ke is equal to, this one are the products, and this one is ating mga reactants. Dalawang water kasi yan. But to be exact, this is for the chemical equilibrium. But if you want to compute for the ionization of water, ito na yung magiging formula natin. Ionization of water. So, KW na siya ang tawag sa kanya. Ang gagamitin na lang natin ay yung products. Hydronium ion times the hydroxide ion. Kasi bakit? Constant kasi siya class na yung KW natin is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. Do not forget, this one is constant given ito. Kapag 25 degrees Celsius, equal yung gaano karami ang H plus or H3O plus. Parehas lang yan sila. Okay. Wait, let me write it. So, pwede din kasi siyang H3O plus. Ayan. At 25 degrees Celsius, equal lang yung amount ng hydrogen ion and hydroxide ion. So, pareha silang 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 7. Therefore, if you compute KW, remember KW is H3O plus multiplied sa OH negative. So, kung pareha sila at 25 degrees Celsius na 1.0 times 10 to the negative 7, yan, pareha silang duha. If you multiply that, you will get this one. 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. So, always yan siya na yung KW natin ay 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. So, it is important to know the KW class kasi hindi yan siya nagbabago. At 25 degrees Celsius, ang KW 1.0 times 10 to the negative 14 talaga yan siya. Ang pwedeng magbago is yung concentration ng ating hydrogen ion at saka hydroxide ion. Pag nagbago, for example, tumaas yung H plus mo, automatically bababa yung OH. Kasi ang product nila will be the same. 1.0 times 10 to the negative 14. Pwede din yan siya vice versa. Like if tumaas yung concentration ng OH mo, automatically bababa yung concentration ng H plus. Ayan. So, please be familiar with this. You can call a solution a neutral solution if and only if equal yung concentration ni hydrogen ion and ni OH negative. And magiging acidic yan siya kapag mas marami si H plus compared to OH negative. Basic naman kapag kabaliktad, mas malaki yung concentration ni hydroxide ion compared to hydrogen ion. So dito na papasok yung ating calculation. Please take out your calculators. We'll be using calculators for this. Let's discuss this step by step.
Ma'am,
Yes?
pwede po pabalik po, ma'am,
Balik. This one?
ng apo, sa basic solution.
What do you mean? I'll discuss this again.
I-copy ako lang po.
Ay,
I-copy ako lang po.
Okay na?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sige. Let's have the calculations for the ions in water. So, calculate the H plus or the OH negative as required for each of the following solutions at 25 degrees Celsius. And you have to state whether the solution is neutral, acidic, or basic. So, let's try number 1. Letter A. Letter A is, ang given is ito. Ang concentration daw ng OH negative is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. Class, do not forget, our equation in calculating ions in water is Kw is equal to H plus, lagay ko na lang H plus sa mahaba kasi yung hydronium ion. So H plus times OH negative. And do not forget that Kw is constant. Constant yan siya na 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. So ito, ang given is OH. Therefore, ang hahanapin natin is yung H plus. So given yung OH which is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. Okay, no need to actually write the unit since the bracket indicates that it's the concentration. Now, what are we going to do next? We have to isolate H plus in this side. Therefore, wait. I cannot control my pen. Okay, ulit. Therefore, we need to divide both sides. The 1.0 times 10 to the negative 5. Ayan. The purpose is to cancel 1.0 times 10 to the negative 5 on this side. So, ma-isolate ngayon si H plus kasi siya naman talaga yung hinahanap natin. So, i-divide natin. 1.0, exponent is negative 14 divided by 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. So, the answer here is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 9. Meaning, if the concentration of OH is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5, then the concentration of the hydrogen ion is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 9. Ito na yung answer. Now, another thing, we have to state daw whether the solution is neutral, acidic, or basic. Ito yung ating guide. Kapag pantay lang si H plus and si OH again, neutral. Pag mas malaki si hydrogen ion, acidic. Pag mas malaki si OH, basic. Now, let's decide. Alin ba sa kanilang dalawa yung mas malaki? Yung OH na 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5 or yung H plus na 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 9. What do you think?
H plus.
H plus.
H, ma'am.
OH po.
H, ma'am.
H, ma'am.
OH.
The answer here, class, is basic. Bakit siya basic? Mas malaki yung OH negative mo. Sa exponents class, this one is negative, right? The more na malaki yung number sa nakasama ng negative, the more liliit yung value niya. Kasi remember, yung 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5, ang ibig sabihin yan, magmumove ka ng decimal kalima. Negative man, so going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the value kapag 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 5. Let's compare it to 1.0 times 10 to the power of negative 9. You have there 1.0 and then you have to move the decimal ng kasyam. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So nandito na yung decimal mo. Lalagyan natin ng 0 lahat. So sa tingin ninyo, sino bang malaki? Lagyan ko na lang ng 0 ha para ano. 0.000010 or 0.1234567 8. Meron siyang 80 and then 10. So as you can see, mas malaki talaga ito kesa sa dito. Mas marami itong 0 eh. Kaya basic yung ating answer. So do not be confused. Always remember na kapag yung exponent ay negative, titingnan nyo ngayon kung sino ang mas maliit na number. Kasi the more na maliit yung number na kasama ng negative na yan, the more lalaki yung value niya. Kaya basic ang answer. Nakuha?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please try answering letter B and letter C. And then I will check later if tama yung answers ninyo. So kayo na lang muna mag-answer sa B and C. I'll give you time.
Hindi nalagyan ng M. Yun
Pwede
na
na
yun.
siya hindi lagyan ng M kasi sinulat ko dito bracket, meaning that's the concentration of H+. Pero pag hindi ko sinulat ang bracket plus, ay i-require ko talaga na isulat yung M. I hope that's clear. Okay? It's time for you to answer letter B and letter C. Wait lang, ha? You can type sa chat if may answer na kayo. Dapat dalawa ang answer ha sa letter B, yung number, and then state nyo kung acidic ba siya or basic. Nahin nyo muna yung letter B and then i-chat nyo yung answer sa letter B. That's for letter B. Okay. Go back. So how about the answer for letter C? Sige, 5 minutes more. Napil ang letter C, ha? Done? Man ang uban. I'll give credit sa inyong mga answers sa inyong participation sa grado ha, recitation. I'll take note of this. Mamali man or matama inyong answer, I'll give credit here sa mga sinend nyo. Three minutes more. I'm also recording this session ha, for your reference. So, oras na. 2 minutes more. Mula nag-send, walay point sa recitation. Wait, let me see it. Okay, almost time. One minute. This will end at 9:10. So, recorded ito dito. Okay, let me delete the writings on the screen. And then we will start answering. Let's look at kung tama ba yung answers nyo. Okay. So let's answer first letter B. So for the letter B, the given is 10 times 10 raised to the power of negative 7 molar OH negative. So actually, gituyo na ko na siya, no? It's not a correct scientific notation because the correct scientific notation, the coefficient should be 1 to 9. But, gituyo na ko na siya. So, let's try answering letter B. KW is equal to H plus times OH negative. So, KW again is constant. This is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. And then the given is still OH. So, we will be looking for H plus here. The OH is 10 times 10 raised to the power of negative 7. This is 7. And then, the next step is to divide both sides. So, 10 times 10 raised to the power of negative 7. The purpose is to cancel this. Ayan. Para yung maiwan dito is H plus. So, ilagay ko h plus. So, i-divide natin. Where's my calculator? Okay. Divide natin 1.0, the exponent is negative 14, divided by 10, the exponent is negative 7. So the answer here is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 8. Now the question is, acidic ba siya or basic? Acidic ba siya or basic? So, tingnan natin. Class, this one is not correct scientific notation. Therefore, ang gagawin natin, i-correct muna natin siya before tayo mag-decide kung acidic ba siya or basic. Paano natin siya i-correct? Remember, the decimal is nandito. So, dapat yung coefficient, itong part na ito, ang tawag natin coefficient sa scientific notation. Para maging correct, dapat the number there is from 1 to 9 only. And then this is 10. Therefore, babalik tayo ng isang, what do you call that? Babalik tayo ng isang place lang para maging 1.0 siya. Times 10. And then take note, bumalik ka ng isa. Pag bumalik ka, meaning mababawasan ito. This will now become negative 6. So the correct scientific notation here for OH is this one. 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6. Now let's compare. Sino ba yung mas malaki ang value? Yung OH ba or yung H plus? Siyempre, sabi ko kanina, pag negative yung ating, what do you call that? Negative ang ating exponent, the more na maliit yung value, the more na maliit yung number na kasama niya, the more malaki yung value. Therefore, ang mas malaki ng value here is the OH. Kasi 6 ito, ang isa, 8. So, kung mas malaki ang OH, the answer here is basic. So, let's see your answers. Let's see kung ano yung sinulat niyo dito. Asa na no? Dahil lang ha, layo kaya kung backread. Okay. Ganito. Ang top 3 na nag-send ng tamang answer sa sa chat, aside from the points sa recitation, I'll give extra points sa quiz next meeting. So, meron tayong, sino na una? 3. Okay. 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 8, and it's basic. So, the top 3 is we have number 1, Gabor, number 2, Presas, and number 3, we have Pabas. Okay. I'll give extra points sa quiz next week ha, for these people. Ayan. I hope tama yung answers ng iba. Kasi may nag-answer ata ng acidic. Yeah. But anyway, again, the answer here is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 8. Now, let's try to answer letter C. So, sa letter C class, the given is the H plus. Pag ang given ang H plus, automatic we are looking for the OH negative. So, sa letter C, the same formula, KW is equal to H plus multiplied sa OH negative. KW is constant. This is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. And then this time, the given is H plus, which is 10.0. And the OH negative is unknown. So, the same process, divide both sides sa 10.0. This is to cancel 10.0, and then ang maiiwan sa kabila ay OH negative. So, divided by 10.0. So, 1.0 times, exponent, times 10 raised to the power of negative 14 divided by 10. So, the answer here is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 15. So, this is the answer. And Eto class, kahit hindi mo patingnan, automatic your answer here will be acidic. Remember, this is already 10 compared to the one na meron pang exponent na negative. So this is already a whole number, 10, automatic acidic yan siya. So let's see. Another top 3 here. Wait lang, ha? Okay. LV, nag-answer si LV kaya lang kulang ng acidic. So, hanapin natin. Okay. So, for letter C, we have the first one. We have Enong. This is number 4. Lista na ko ha, kaya di ko kalimot next meeting. Mag-twista sa sunod na meeting. And then, this is for letter B. Asan na ang letter C? Okay, Nicole. Ireneo. And the last one, we have Pabas again. Okay. So, ano na to? Marijo Pabas times 2 yung additional point mo sa quiz next meeting. Do you have any questions regarding the calculations for the ions in water? Those who have given your answer sa chat will be counted sa participation ninyo. Ito lang mga tinawag ko na mga nauna will have additional points sa quiz next meeting. Any questions? Mahirap ba calculating ions sa water? Hirap? Or hindi naman? Kaya lang? Yeah.
Ma'am,
Kaya lang,
Yes?
may question ako, ma'am. Yung sa calculator kasi dito, ma'am, yung ano ko, ma'am, yung input ko dito, ma'am, iba yung answer niya, ma'am. Yung parang hindi good siya, yung kailangan ko pa manuhin, ma'am. Anong pwede i-ano namin dito, ma'am, kasi yung calculator iba ang galabas.
Iba ang nagalabas. Saan nagagawas? Tell me, give me an
For
example.
example, number 1, ma'am, kay 1.0 times 10 to the power of negative 19.
Number 1?
Opo.
Letter A ba? Letter A?
Ma'am.
ma'am.
Same kayo? Okay.
Opo.
So my next question is, ano ang ginawa niyo sa calculator? Ano ang gi-input niyo? 1.0, tapos?
Yeah, ma'am, 1.0 times 10 to the power of negative 14 divided by
Ganito.
10. Yes, ma'am.
Nilagyan niyo na siya ng times, tapos 10. Tapos, ito. Ganito ang ginawa niyo sa calculator? Input
Yung para sa gigawin mo, ma'am, yung gi-divide.
pero ang gi-input niyo sa calculator, 1.0, tapos times, tapos 10. Tapos, pinindot niyo ito. Tama? Ito ang,
Yes, ma'am.
tapos negative 14. Tapos, pinindot niyo yung divide. Tapos, ito na naman. And then, okay. So, meron kasing problem with how you input your data sa calculator. Kapag ganito yung ginamit nyo, itong anong tawag nito? Parang arrow pataas. You have to place parenthesis like this. So, try placing using a parenthesis if tama na ba yung answer nyo.
Okay po, ma'am. Thank you
Sige
po.
daw, i-try. Kung tama ba. Tama? Kulang lang siya og ano? Kulang og parenthesis. Another thing, class, I don't really use this kind of how you input this one sa Calcu. Wala ko na siya ginagamit. Ang akong ginagamit, class, is this one. 1.0, and then ang akong ginapindot is the EXP. You have your EXP sa tapad sa answer. Di ba sa calculator ninyo sa pinakababa, either EXP ang nakalagay or ang uban calcu manggod ang nakabutang times 10 raised to the power of x. You have this one sa calcu nyo? Kung,
Mag-syntax
Yes po,
error.
ma'am.
okay, wait lang ha. Okay na kung nilagyan ng ganito, parenthesis. Pero ang sa akin kasi I don't really use that one, medyo mahaba. Makapoy ko pindot og times 10 raised to the power of negative 14. Akong ginahimo, ginapindot lang nako ang 1.0 tapos ang next is the EXP or some calculators has times 10 raised to the power of x and then automatic i-input ko yung negative 14. And then ito, hindi ko to nilalagay sa parenthesis. Diretso na ako sa divide. And then divide another 1.0 na naman and then ang sunod ko pindot is EXP na naman, and then the negative 5, and then equals. Then you will get the answer. Try nyo sa calcu nyo. Hanapin nyo yung EXP, or kung hindi EXP ang nakalagay, this one, times 10 raised to the power of x. Para mas madali atong life.
Ma'am,
Paggamit nga ng exponent, scientific notation, mas dali na siya. Yes, Celine. Ay, ito to.
nag-syntax error po siya, ma'am.
Nagka-syntax error, ginawa mo?
Gipindot ko yung EXP, ma'am. Tapos, pang-input na kung tanan, ma'am. Tapos, equals. Tapos, ang nagawas, ma'am, syntax error.
Same kami, ma'am.
Step by step daw, 1.0. Tapos, EXP. Tapos, negative 14. Tapos, divided by 1.0. EXP na naman, and then negative 5. Bakit nag-syntax error? Wala ka nang ibang pipindutin, ha?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, nag-connecting kasi ako ba? Paano gani ma'am, na magpunta sa EXP, ma'am?
Sa ilalim ng calcu nyo, can you see my calculator? Wait, let me stop share this. Okay, paano ba ito palakihin? Can you see my calculator? My calculator sa baba class is my EXP. Ito, sa tabi ng answer. Ito yung pinipindot ko. So, ang ganito yung ginagawa ko. 1.0, di ba? 1.0, in-input ko yung 1.0. Automatic, EXP ang sunod. Tapos, negative 14. Ganyan lang. 1.0, EXP, and then negative 14. Dili ninyo gamiton ning minus diri ha. This is minus. Kaning tapad sa divide, times, plus. Minus na siya. The negative is found here. Kaya yan siya mag-syntax error. Pag ang ginamit nyo na negative is this one. This is not negative. This is minus. The negative is nandito sa taas. Tapos, diretso ko na siya divide. And then 1.0 na naman. And then EXP, diretso. And then what's the given? Negative 5. So this one is the negative. Kanang negative class, kanang naay parenthesis din ha. Tapos naay dash sa gitna. Mauna siya ang negative na tinuod. And then 5. So diretso na 5 and then equals. Wala man siya syntax error. So baka nag-syntax error kasi again, ang ginamit nyo is yung minus dito. Minus ito class, hindi ito negative.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Sige, try daw ninyo kung makuha ninyo ang tama nga answer. Asa na to? Kinsa ito nag-question? Celine? Ganun pa din ba taga-syntax error? What's happening sa calculator nyo? Make sure also na yung sa taas ng calculator nyo ang nakasulat ay D had D. Kasi yung iba, meron yan siya. Depende sa settings ng calculator nyo. Kung saan na calculator ang pwede sa board exam, we have a long list of calculator na pwede sa board exam. You can access the kanang website sa PRC. Tapos naa dito ang listahan sa pwede na calculator sa board exam. Basta akong pagkabalo ka ng scientific calculator na dili pwede i-input ang formula. Meron kasing calculator na pwede mo i-save yung formula dito sa calculator para diretso ka na input ka lang ng data tapos siya na mag-compute. Yun yung mga bawal sa board exam. Pero like mga ganito, mga cash, mga simple calculator lang, this is pwede sa board exam.
Yun po yung thesaurus, ma'am, yung ginabawal.
Ha?
Yun po yung thesaurus na calculator, yung ginabawal.
I'm not really sure kung ano yung tawag ng calculator sa calculator na yun. Pero ang alam ko lang is yung mga ginagamit ng mga engineering sa pag-calculate nila, yun yung mga bawal na calculator. Yung mga ano na advanced na masyado. Pero itong mga calculators na ginagamit natin, pwede naman ito. Mga simple lang na scientific calculator. Then actually when I was a student, yung calculator ko starting from first year hangtod sa board exam na ko to siya gigamit. Kasi the advice is really kung ano yung ginagamit mo na calculator when you were a student, kailangan yun pa rin yung gagamitin mo sa board exam para sanay ka na, alam mo na paano siya gamitin. Kasi pag mag-iba-iba ka ng calculator, iba-iba din ang way ng pag-input nila. Baka malito ka during the board exam, makakause pa siya og panic or makakause siya og kanang mali imuhang answer. So, mano siya ako ang advice kung saan yung ginagamit karon, I hope mag-last long inyong calculator hangtod sa board exam. Pero actually mag-last na siya longer ang calculator. Akong calculator gani when I was a student kay baratuhon lang ganito siya. Kanang ipalit lang nako siya sa dili karon man gud mga tag 700, mga tag ing-ana siya no. Tag 1,000 ang uban. Kung calculate na ko murag lang akong palit ato 300 kay kanang sa mga daplin lang gud. Tama man gyapon ako answer bisag sa daplin ko ni palit og calculator. And then na nag-last long man siya until board exam. Okay. Oo, giwala ni Ryan ako ang cycle na ginagamit jud gikan college until sa board exam. I actually have my things katong mga unsa tag na ko anak kana akong tahal, akong sharpener sa gikan paggamit ako sa board exam. I still have them. Kaya lang ang tigwala lang kanang isa dira ginawala niya ana lang. Anang ginaalagaan ako pero ginawala na sa bandera. Anyway, nakuha na or nag-syntax error paghihapon? Wala na? Okay na to? O syntax error yan? Okay. Sige ha. Pero itong lapis na akong gigamit during the board exam, wala na to because gidonate na ko to siya. Gidonate na ko siya sa basta after the board exam man good, naay kanang box sa gawas na mga lapis ana kanang i-donate siya sa mga bata. So ang akong lapis nga gigamit jud pag board exam, wala na to, gidonate na nako. Ang gikip lang nako akong sharpener na paghihapon dire ginagamit paghihapon nako. Ayun lang akong calculator na wala na. Okay na to. How about wala gihapon si Lim? So kayo nahitabuan na yung calcio. Wala na kailaing pinduton ha. Ano lang jud. Wait. Ano lang jud number. So 1.0 and then EXP. Tapos, negative. Dili ang minus nga sign ha, ang negative mismo. And then, 14. And then, divide. Kanilang jud imuhang pinduton sa calculator. Wala na ilain. 1.0 exp negative 1.4. And then, divide. And then, 1.0 na pod niya exp na naman. And then, negative 5. And then, equals. Wala na ilain. Dapat pili na siya mag-syntax error dia. Okay nga na siya, Ross, 1.0, tapos EXP niya, negative 14. Ayun ninyo gamitan ng minus na sign para sa negative ha, kay makakos siya nga mali inyong hang answer. Nga na siya mag-scientific notation sa calculator ha, kay usahay man good, pag dili tama inyong hang pag-input, paggamiton ninyo ni, kani, pwede nga magmali inyong hang answer. Like this one, 1.0 tapos times 10. Nya, ingana. Yeah, negative 14. May tendency na magmali inyong hang answer when you use that one. So you use the EXP para automatic. Kung dili EXP, depende sa model sa calculator, ang nakabutang diha sa ilalom kay times 10 raised to the power of x. Klaro na siya? Kaya ng calculating ions in water? Say answer, ani. The answer here is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of, ano answer, ani, divided by 1.0 exponent negative 5. The answer is 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 9. Tama ni siyang answer. Tama man, Ryan. Negative 9. Negative 9. 1.0 times 10 raised to the power of negative 9. Okay. Let's move on if wala na mo'y questions pa. Oras na. 9:30 na. We are required to take a break. So mag-break sa 10 minutes lang. 10 minutes. Please be back after 10 minutes.